So let's begin Quideo 1 with the basic question. It's asking, in 1993, Forbes magazine reported the age and salary of the chief executive officers of each of the top 59 small businesses. Here are the salary data rounded to the nearest $1,000. They give you that chart, and then it asks to construct a histogram for the data. This is my histogram right here. You can see the skewed right shape, and it asks to describe the shape, center, and spread of the distribution of CEO salaries. So I said Forbes magazine reported the salaries of 59 CEOs rounded to the nearest $1,000. The shape of the graph data is skewed right. The median salary is $343,000. The spread of the data can be described with the following 5-number summary. The minimum of $21,000, the Q1 value at $250,000, the median at $343,000, the Q3 at $543,000, and the maximum at $1,103,000. There is an outlier in the data, and it is the 1,103. And the advanced question asks, in 1864, a published paper provided chest measurements in inches of 5,738 Scottish militiamen. The table below summarizes the data, and it gives us the chest size and the frequency of each one, and it asks us to make a histogram of the distribution, and that's the histogram. You can see the approximately normal distribution, and it asks to describe shape, center, and spread of the chest measurements, and also why might the information be useful. So I said in 1864, a paper provided chest measurements of 5,738 militiamen. The shape of the data is approximately normal. The median chest size among militiamen is 40 inches. The data ranges in chest sizes from 33 inches to 48 inches. And I said the information could have been important when making uniforms for the soldiers, knowing how many of each size they would need for each one. And then for the AP question, it says, as a part of the United States Department of Agriculture's super dump cleanup efforts in the early 1990s, various sites in the country were targeted for a cleanup. 3 of the targeted sites, River X, River Y, and River Z, had become contaminated with pesticides because they were located near the abandoned pesticide dump sites. Measurements in the concentration of aldrin, commonly used pesticide, were taken at 20 randomly selected locations in each river near the dump sites. And then it gives us this box plot for each river, and they each display the 5-number summaries of concentration of aldrin in parts per milliliter. And then it asks us to compare the distributions of the concentration of aldrin among the 3 rivers. So I wrote out all of my data here for the 5-number summaries, and I said 3 rivers were each tested 20 times at random locations along each river to test the concentration of aldrin. River X had the largest range in data, while River Z had the shortest. The minimum concentration of aldrin in River Z was 3 parts per milliliter, which is 0.1 ppm lower than Y and 0.3 ppm lower than X. River X's Q1 falls above River Z's minimum Q1, median, and Q3 at 4.4 ppm. River X and Y's medians fall pretty close to each other. Their Q3s start to spread out, and at max, you have the large range. X has the highest concentration at 8.6 ppm, which is 2.1 ppm higher than Y and 3.5 ppm higher than Z. And then it gives us the concentrations that are found in river X, and it asks us to construct a stem plot that displays the concentrations. And that's the stem plot. And then it asks to describe a characteristic of the distribution of aldrin that can't be seen in the box plot. So I said in the stem plot you can see the gap in the data where there are no readings from 5.7 to 7.2. You can't see this just by looking at the box plot, and that's pretty obvious right there, and it would be from 5.7 to 7.2. And that is my first video.